What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to Comic Book Nerd Nation, episode number 78. I'm Fox2. We got the whole crew here this week. We got Pirate,
How's it going, peoples?
Topher,
Sorry if you watched that whole Batman movie.
and the whole effing Brian.
At ease.
So it's been a couple of weeks since we've done a regular podcast. We did the movie roast of the Batman and Robin, which was a 2-part episode, which was, I'm gonna say, not our best stuff that we've ever created, but yeah.
I'm sure for somewhere in there for half an hour we're all talking like Arnold.
Probably. Let's jump right in and talk about what we've been reading. Topher, you want to lead it off?
Oh, I suppose.
Okay,
See, this is where you'd think I'd mention Secret Wars, but I haven't actually read it yet. I've been still trying to catch up on some stuff. I have been reading a whole bunch of like Marvel stuff from about 6 months ago, though, like September, October time frame. So I'm still reading some of the lead-up stories to Secret Wars, like New Avengers has still been really good. Let's see here. There was a story I read in that one where you got these incursions, and they finally find a planet that they can't just, it's not uninhabited. It's not just like a few bad guys that they can, do whatever to and not give a shit about. They've got these Justice League analogs, basically, that are called the Great Society, that are defending that planet, and it ends up being a pretty damn good story of what they have to do and choices they have to make. Let's see here. What else have I read? I've been reading a bunch of Wolverine stuff because I'm trying to get through Death of Wolverine right now, but I still haven't finished that yet. So nothing super interesting to say right now. Find a series. I'm like looking through the list of all the
really
stuff
excited about it all too.
I know. Well,
I'm not really sure. So
okay. So here I'm gonna show you something here. I've been reading.
That's not good to show on TV. This goes on YouTube.
So I use Marvel Unlimited a lot to read all the series that I don't pick up in paper form each week, but it only goes back to they release new issues 6 months after they come out. So like Marvel Unlimited is 6 months behind. So once you hit that 6 month point, if you're trying to catch up, it's really hard because then you have to go back and figure out, okay, what the hell order did all this shit that I have in paper actually come out? So I'm a huge nerd, and I made a spreadsheet of all the comic series I'm running, which should surprise no one on this podcast. But so I'm going to show you this spreadsheet that I've been using to catch up on on all my comics. So I basically made this spreadsheet to track all the series I'm reading and how far along I am, and so you can see like how much stuff I've not read. And if we zoom out here, you can see that there's like fucking a ton of series, and they go all the way up till the current time. So now I can finally. So I mean, just look at like how big this fucking spreadsheet is, and it took me way too long to do this. I'm like, oh, this should be pretty easy. Like, I'll just like make this up real quick, and then no, it took like for fucking ever. But at least now.
Is this why some of the products at our work are falling behind because you spent more time in development of a spreadsheet?
No, this was what I did 2 weekends ago.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what I do.
That's pretty intense there, dude.
I thought
I don't know if I feel sorry for you or if I'm just that impressed. Like
Let's see here. What else on this list have I been reading? Deadpool continues to be, I feel, one of the best comic series of the last few years. Just like there are a lot of good comic books I've been reading. That'll have like really solid story arcs here. And here and there, but sometimes aren't always great. Like Deadpool, every single fucking issue has just been great. Like I've loved every issue of that series. I can't say anything about that series. So, I know there was something else.
How far behind on the Deadpool series are you? Because I know that one just came to an end relatively recently.
It did. It ended with issue 45 in April. Well, yeah, it was 45, but they also called it like the 250th issue, because it was if you ignore volumes, it was the 250th Deadpool solo title issue. I'm on issue 37, so I'm coming up like on the last story arc. And yeah, it's been good since issue number 1, starting with the dead president stuff, and just going from there. I know there were like 2 other titles that I wanted to talk about, and now I can't even fucking remember what they were.
Check your
Wolverine and well, that's what I'm going through this list. I'm like, yeah, I read some of that. X-Force has been pretty decent, actually, even though it got canceled back in February. Wolverine and the X-Men, the second series by Jason Latour, has not been very good. I haven't cared for that one. It's nowhere near as good as Jason Aaron's run. And this is X-Men stuff has still been good. Captain Marvel was actually pretty good. I'm up on like issue 10 or so of that, and that's been pretty good so far. That's all I got. I'm going to stop rambling now because now I'm just staring at a spreadsheet, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, will that guy shut up yet?" So the other people can talk.
I'll go next. Mine's pretty short. The only thing that I've really been reading was I started Jeff Johns' Rise of the Third Army Green Lantern story arc. It's really good. I'm not quite halfway through it just yet, so I'm sure that I'll enjoy it. Everything else that Jeff Johns did as far as Green Lantern, or really anything that I've read, is pretty awesome. And then one thing I wanted to make note of that I really want to pick up that just came out recently is the Batman Earth 1 Volume 2 came out like a week or 2 ago. So I'm looking to pick that up pretty soon to see what that's like. There's Earth 1.
There's Volume 1.
Yeah, Volume 1. So
that I borrowed from Fox.
Yes, so Earth 1 is, if you've read it, it's amazing. It's one of those, if you're a Batman fan, it's definitely a must-read for sure. So I'm really excited to see what Jeff Johns did with Batman in Volume 2. But that's really all I've had a chance to read lately. I've got a bunch of stuff piling up that I mean to get to and just kind of keep forgetting.
Make a spreadsheet.
Yeah, maybe I'll make a spreadsheet for that. Brian, what have you been reading?
So, we had the events starting 2 weeks ago. We had Secret Wars start. That is, without spoiling it, because I don't think many of you guys read it, it is awesome. It is 10 times better than Convergence. Convergence I've been reading, even though it's been like so lackluster. Just like everything's just been boring as hell. I hate it. I don't even know what the point of it is. Are they doing it just to end old storylines with the older universes that they've done? It just, I don't know. It hasn't quite my...
To me, the bit that I read felt like it was just filler. Because didn't we determine that this is the time frame when they're going to be actually moving their corporate headquarters?
They're moving from New York to Los Angeles, and they were public putting this out like during the changeover.
Yeah, to me it just feels like something that was kind of bullshitted together to like take up some time through the process of them like relocating their company from one side of the country to the other. I don't know. I'm not current on it, but
It's like they actually, I don't know what issue you guys are up to, but issue number 6 was last week, and they just put the new 52 characters in it, and it's only because that planet that all these heroes are on are like turtle heading into the new 52 universe, and everybody's like, "Whoa, what the hell is this? Why is this planet here?" Blah blah blah. And it's just like, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I mean, it's just like everything's just been boring up to this point. I'm like, why even bother writing this story? They just should have no comic books for their transition period that they're moving to LA.
I mean, if it's that big of a
like
problem, I don't know.
7 just came out this week.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I've
Secret
read through,
Wars
like,
has
4,
been,
I think 4 or 5.
yeah, Secret Wars has been awesome. This week was the first week that they actually started releasing the tie-ins. Planet Hulk is pretty good.
Okay, let me say something. I'm sure I'm going to get some shit from Topher about this, but I'm alright with that. I don't like I haven't read the tie-ins, but I don't like the way that they're naming them just after the successful previous like crossover event story arcs.
Well, some of them have to are retold of those story arcs, like the Civil War one, but the Planet Hulk one has nothing to do with Planet Hulk.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's basically Doctor Doom or God Doom has enlisted Steve Rogers, that was in that was a gladiator in the X-Men villain arcades, like gladiator pits. And they enlisted him to go hunt down and kill a character called the Red King, which was he's a Red Hulk, some variation of a Red Hulk. And if he gets this done, he gets to find Bucky, who was captured by the same guy. And Bucky was right before him enlisted to hunt down this Red King and was captured. Wasn't successful.
I just feel like...
But it's called Planet Hulk. You think it's going to be some variation of Planet Hulk, but it's not.
Yeah, I just feel like they're utilizing... This is another perfect example of Marvel doing whatever it takes to get people to buy the comics, not necessarily enjoy the comics. Like, I don't know.
This whole series seems like, if anybody has read House of M in this podcast or out there in listeners' world, it seems it feels like a variation of House of M, because nobody really remembers their past, the past worlds they lived in. Everybody just remembers Battleworld and Doom is their god and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what it feels like. And I also read Ultimate End, which doesn't have to do with the end of the Ultimate Universe. It basically starts off where a little while after Secret Wars #1 left off. There's a country in Battleworld that's called Manhattan, and it's like the Earth 616 and the Ultimate Universe is Manhattan, kind of forged together, and they're all the heroes that were left are kind of talking out shit, and it's funny because you have two Tony Starks. You have two Tony Starks bringing babies to all the world, and then two Hawkeyes and scattered other heroes from each universe. It's not bad. It seems pretty cool, but
I don't know.
we'll see how it goes.
Okay, guys, let's talk about some of the news that's going on right now. The newest piece, well, maybe not the newest, but one of the big things that's going on right now is the CBS TV show Supergirl. The pilot episode was leaked. Have any of you guys seen this yet?
Yep.
I may or may not have seen it.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
I allegedly seen it.
Allegedly have seen that. Okay. Well, what do you think? If you had seen it, what would you have thought of it?
If I have seen that episode that was put out before airing, I would think that it's good because she goes right into the costume. I think they would have well, this is hard to do talking, but basically I liked it for the most part, but I have a feeling it's not going to fit. It doesn't feel like, Arrow or Flash. It feels like a teen chick film.
Well,
like
yeah, it's clearly. I mean, it's clearly going to be targeted towards girls.
Right. But it wasn't bad. It kept me entertained.
Because she looks hot in the costume.
Yeah, she looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. I don't like James or Jimmy Olsen. I don't like his character, and it's not because he's black. I have no problem with that. It's because the dude is just like shredded. He's huge. He's like 6'2", 6'3", and he's ripped. Like he's built like Superman, and he still calls Superman the big guy.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? Like,
what did you think of it, Brian?
I thought the same as John. The Jimmy Olsen doesn't bother me that much. Whatever. Obviously, all these characters are supposed to be established and older than Supergirl, but like, I don't know. Like the in between seemed like a lot. Chicky, very chicky, very like people have been saying, very like The Devil Wears Prada with, Callista what's her name? Callista
Flockhart.
Was I changing them around?
Yeah.
Callista Flockhart.
Callista Cockhart.
It's very Devil Wears Prada-ish, and but like. The one question I have to ask is, why does everybody have to have that team with the computer person and the person to like, you can do it.
Because that's what's successful right now. Like, it's the Arrow recipe to success, basically.
I mean, you imagine a crossover between all three shows at the same time, where like three people are trying to push each other out of the way to get on the mic and say you can do it, and everybody's trying to type on one computer panel to figure out.
They're all like, got a room full of nerds bumping into each other, trying to knock them out of the way to get to the keyboard.
But like, I think the setup of like where her villains are gonna come from was pretty good. Where this prison ship that was in the Phantom Zone got drawn out and crashed on Earth, and all the villains escaped. I mean, you had one Easter egg that I noticed in the, like, because she's partnering up with a government agency run by Hank Henshaw, who ends up being the cyborg Superman that everybody knows as the cyborg Superman back in the 90s. But like, it wasn't bad. I mean, I don't think I'm too excited for it, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed like when she was Supergirl, because yeah, she did look hot in the Supergirl outfit, but everything was done great. I had a problem in Arrow with whenever the Iron Atom flew, because it looked a little too campy and cheesy, and it didn't look right to me. But when they had her fly, it looked pretty good. But I give it like I guess 7 out of 10 stars.
All right. Well, have all of you guys seen the Legends of Tomorrow trailer?
Yeah,
like 17 times.
That looks fucking amazing.
yeah.
I
That
think
does
that
look really
I
good.
think that trailer honestly looks better than a lot of the comic book movies that are out there right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See,
Topher, did you see it?
he's looking at a spreadsheet.
I think
Yeah,
we,
I'm pretty sure he's seen. I think I showed
I
it
think
to
we
him.
lost Topher.
Weekend at Bernie's, somebody play music.
I think we lost Topher. Maybe he'll be back. We'll just keep rolling without him. So you guys both saw it then several times over. Clearly, you liked
Yep.
it.
Yes.
I think.
And I like that they aired it before the Flash season finale because it made Flash season finale some scenes in that make a little bit like obviously it was used in that. So
Yeah, I mean, vice versa. The finale made that trailer make sense, and that trailer made the finale make sense because, the Flash season finale, without giving spoilers away because Doug hasn't watched it yet, it introduced time travel, like,
Yeah.
fully. Like, we had that one episode in the Flash where he time traveled like a day, but he did it more in the season finale.
yeah. Plus it also introduces like the final part of the trailer with the Atom,
Oh, yeah.
shrinking down. Like it made the season finale of hell, that was Arrow. Yeah, it made the
Yeah.
season finale of Arrow make sense too.
I think everybody at that part was like, "Yay! They're finally making him shrink.
Yeah.
No more solely Iron Atom."
Yeah.
Topher, what did you think of Legends of Tomorrow trailer?
I haven't seen it.
You
I
haven't
thought I
seen the
showed it to
Legends
you.
of Tomorrow trailer.
I have not.
Oh, you're doing it wrong.
What a
Apparently.
He probably
is
won't
amazing.
watch it. Spoilers. He's a few weeks behind in Flash and Arrow, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm like 4 episodes back on both of those, so I haven't watched it yet because I've heard it kind of involves some things.
Okay, now there's another bit of news. Matthew McConaughey is apparently being considered for the role of Norman Osborn for the next Spider-Man movie. What do you guys think about this?
As long as he's driving his Lincoln.
Wait, one at a time here. Pirate, what do you think of this?
Oh, I just made a reference from Dazed and Confused. That's all.
All right.
All right. All right.
Hey, Spider-Man, all right.
Are you cool, Spider-Man? Are you cool?
I think he's a good actor. He could do, like, different parts. I mean, he was kind of crazy, and he was phenomenal and kind of wacko in True Detectives.
I haven't seen
I have
that.
not
yet.
seen that.
I've heard
Oh, yeah, it's such a fucked up show, but so good.
What do you think about this, Topher?
Good Pirate, you know the cool thing of the cool thing about high school? Spider-Man he gets all of the Spider-Men stay the same age.
Oh god. I knew that something about that line was going to come up. Completely unavoidable. Well, what do you think about Matthew McConaughey as Norman Osborn?
I could see it. That could be kind of cool, but he always I was gonna say he always tends to play like the pretty roles. You know, they always tend to put him in somewhere where he can take his shirt off and look good on camera. But I guess there was what was that
Of course,
the movie
that would
where he
be,
played
of course that would be the part that Topher goes towards.
Somebody taking
Okay.
off his shirt.
I would comment on the roles he's normally in when we're discussing a role he's going to be in. You're right. I don't know why I would take it there. That seems so odd.
Backpedaling now.
Like at all. Are you telling me that they don't put him in movies like somewhat based on his looks and put him in roles where he's going to look good and take his shirt off? Like
I mean,
they
I
put
guess
him in
I can't
movies
really think of
for that reason.
I
He's
can't
telling
really
you-
think of anything that I've
the facts.
seen off the top of my head that he was in other than Dazed and Confused. I don't.
And I don't
Really?
think he took his shirt off. And
I mean, I
was
know
in-
he's been in a bunch of stuff, but I honestly can't think of anything right off the top of my head that he was in.
Wow. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. I like him as an actor. I can't stand the Lincoln commercials, but as long as Green Goblin doesn't drive a Lincoln, I'll be okay.
I wanted to. You guys have seen Eastbound and Down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he's the scout for Texas, and he's like, I wonder if he like has this like moment where he talks to him like, I've did it, I've made my dreams, I've sucked the dick of my dreams, and I swallowed my dick has been sucked by my dreams.
He's gonna be flying his goblin glider, thinking and talking to himself in his head.
Okay, let's see. Moving on.
I used to torment Spider-Man before I got paid to do it.
The actor Gary Anthony Williams. I guess he's from a TV show or movie called Internship.
Never
Not
seen it.
entirely sure. He has been cast as Bebop for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2
Teenage Mutant
movie.
Ninja 2.
Yeah, TMNT 2 movie. So apparently we're going to have Bebop and Rocksteady.
They
Yeah.
posted the images of them I seen.
Do they really?
The concept
They look
art.
as terrible as the Turtles?
Probably.
Actually, they look more comic or not, or more. I don't want to say comic, but more of the television cartoon than what the Turtles did when they cast, or not when they cast, but when they debuted their artwork, their concepts.
They're babies.
Yeah, no, not the movie,
Oh
not
wow,
the
they do look
CW
pretty
movies.
good.
Yeah, they
But,
actually look pretty good.
Okay, let me think about. Let's
That's
ponder
gonna
this for a
that's gonna
second.
have to be all CGI though. Like
If-
why
Oh,
are
yeah,
you
just like the
casting a
Turtles.
person?
Well, because they were in the cartoon, they showed them as the gang members first before they, and plus the voice casting, and the people who did the voice of the Turtles did
Use
the
your words, Brian.
CGI, wore the
mocap.
CGI, yeah, the mocap suits like Mark Ruffalo does for the whole. But
Okay.
my thing is, if the Turtles, burp. If the Turtles were, little turtles, and then when they got mutated, they turned into like 6-foot giant turtles, does that mean a warthog and a rhinoceros are gonna be like 10 feet tall?
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, movie logic, yeah. And talking about
Yeah.
turtles, have anybody seen the photos of Stephen Amell's Casey Jones from the set?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No, not at all. Casey Jones was fucking a Brooklyn street thug. Like
I kind
I
of
liked
like
him.
it. I
I
don't
like
think it looks
the
that bad.
original movie.
I don't think it looks that bad.
I like the mask that they chose for him.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, that weird
Yeah.
it's not really a
hockey
goalie's mask.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
if
yeah,
you
it's-
remember, if you remember back in like some of the TV shows type stuff, the mask didn't necessarily look like a standard hockey mask.
No, it was
Yeah,
it was an older hocky mask.
Yeah,
That's what
so, I mean,
goalies used to wear in the cast.
I kind of like it. I think it's. I have no problem that I have no problem with the Casey Jones the way that they did it.
I was trying to find a picture, and I just found a picture of the cartoon Casey Jones, and somebody very
the
poorly
sweatpants.
photoshopped Stephen Amell's face over it,
Yeah.
and he goes, and with a little speech bubble that says, "You have failed this sewer."
Oh my god.
Somebody was casted as Shredder also.
they.
Oh, the
I
dude
thought-
from the Wolverine,
Oh yeah.
the other villain, the son. I think it was the son.
Why did they recast?
Because originally in the script for the first movie, the guy who plays Eric Sachs,
Mm-hmm.
Ball Sachs, was supposed to be the Shredder, and then once that leaked, everybody just flipped their shit, and then they casted the that other guy that was constantly in the shadows to be the Shredder. They put him in the shadows because he wasn't supposed to be he wasn't supposed to be legitimately the Shredder, so they left him in the shadows to recast him later on.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
There's some new photos that have emerged recently of Jared Leto, obviously as Joker, actually on set filming scenes for the Suicide Squad movie. Have you guys seen this? Like full outfit and everything.
Yeah.
What are
There's
your
video
thoughts
of it,
of?
too.
What are your thoughts of?
First of all, I thought they legitimately said the tattoos on that picture were supposed to just be for the 75th anniversary.
That's what I heard.
But now he has the tattoos, and it looks so bad.
I feel so lied to.
Yeah.
Does he really? I didn't see any set photos with him still having the tattoos.
You could see it's not a clear picture. One of the set tattoos is close up. You could see, since he has his shirt open up like Tony Montana, you could see the ha 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 part of the ha ha ha, and I think it's a smile. And in the pictures where it shows his forehead, you could see it's not like clear, but you could see there's a dark line on his forehead.
Really?
Yeah.
And you see the J on his cheek too.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
I think that one of the things I'm not a huge fan of is the brightness of the hair.
And he's driving around in a bright metallic pink, like, I don't know if it's a Bugatti, but it's definitely like one of those expensive supercars with white underglows and a white interior, which is just like he feels like a modern Tony Montana, because he has the gun holster under his jacket. In one picture, you could see it when he's like slapping Harley Quinn and he's
he like
swinging.
pulls it on her too, or something like that. And, like,
No, she pulls the gun on him.
she pulls the gun. That's right.
And there's a set photo where there's dead bodies around her. There's one set video where she has a gun to his head, she moves it and shoots somebody behind him.
I mean, do you guys think that there will ever be a better cinematic Joker than Heath Ledger?
I mean, they could definitely. I mean, Heath Ledger was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, there's potential they could do it again. If they do a different variation of the Joker, like we've seen 3 Jokers so far. The Cesar Romero Joker in the cartoon, which I think he looked good. I mean, that show was a little campish, a little toned down from what Batman's supposed to be, and he was more of his like clown prankster persona without the death. Jack Nicholson was good for his time. He was more of like the crime boss, murder everything,
Yeah.
a little bit of shit. And Heath Ledger was the psychopath Joker. They could definitely do it, bring it more towards the comic books, because we haven't seen that either. But they could change things. I mean, I don't understand like Zack Snyder to me is like, I don't know, tries too hard maybe.
What do you think about this, Topher? Like the look of it and everything.
I don't know. Like I don't know what they're going for in this movie. Like it's hard to have faith in this one because like everything they keep showing for this movie, like I haven't cared for. Like, I'm normally the one who always says, well, give it a chance. It might not be terrible until you see it. But like it just feels like they're trying to do so much with this movie and cram so many people in it and so many versions of people that we already have in some other currently running show or movie. And, like, I don't know. Then they come out with the tattoos and everybody's like, oh, God, those are awful. And they're like, oh, those were just for a photo shoot. And they release some set pics and they're still in there. It's like, wait, what? Like, I don't feel like they necessarily know what the fuck they're doing or, like, that they've got that everyone on the team is communicating with each other well. Like maybe like a too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing. Like everybody's got their own ideas and they're trying to cram it all in there. And if you don't have a cohesive vision, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, I kind of get the same feeling honestly on this one. I'm excited for it because I think that I was excited for it because I thought the potential was there to make something pretty interesting with that cast of characters. But I don't know. The more I like hear about it, and the more I see the pictures and read articles about stuff, I'm just kind of. I mean, I'm sure I'll watch it, but I would be surprised if it would be something that I would ever watch more than one time at this point, at least.
I think, I mean, in my opinion, it's with the DC televised universe right now, the bar is set so high.
Especially when they're supposed to be doing Joker on Gotham season 2. They've been saying the actor who did that part in the first season is saying that we're going to see a Joker origin in the second season. Same with the Suicide Squad and Arrow. Like, they seemingly killed Deadshot. And I'm thinking that guy wasn't bad as a Deadshot. Did they
I liked him.
kill him
It's
off?
because of the movie. Because
did they
they
kill him
told
off?
them they told them you can't. That's the same way. Once Katana suited up an Arrow, she was gone because they said like you can't have anybody who's like same with Boomerang, like you or Captain Boomerang. You can't have anybody who's going to be in this film in the TV universe.
That's bullshit, though. 'cause
Fucking
they were
dumb. They've
good.
got so many characters. You don't need to keep reusing the same 5. Like, fucking pick somebody else.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's they pretty much flat out told them like if once they're cast in the show, and the only reason they let Katana be in the show as long as they did was because she was already established with the flashbacks, and once she suited up, she was only in for one episode. So
But
they're like,
that's, I mean, does that mean they're gonna cancel the Flash because they're putting the Flash in the movies? I mean,
it's a possibility. I mean,
that'd be fucking. I could see
Stupid.
Stephen Amell quitting because they do that to Grant Gustin.
That'd be
But
crazy.
it's dumb. I mean, what are you doing?
I don't know. We'll just have to kind of watch and see how things progress with that for sure. Because, like you said, the TV DC universe has set the bar so high now for
Well,
anything they're doing cinematically has to be incredible. Otherwise, it's
I think the Flash will be okay because I don't think in the movie they're casting Barry Allen as the Flash. I think he's gonna be.
They said it's Barry Allen officially.
Oh, they did say it's Barry
Yeah,
Allen. I
this
thought
week.
they didn't say yet. Okay.
No, this week they did. And
So then it's
Not only-
but you know what? In
That-
season 2 of the Flash, though, the problem that what they may do in season 2 is they may revert because they're bringing in other speedsters,
yeah,
and they may end up not having Barry Allen in the TV show too. It may end
Not-
up changing to like Wally West or or hell even Jay Garrett. Who knows?
Not only do the movies need to be good, because they're going to be held up to the same standards of the TV shows, but when you're using the same characters, you're going to get direct comparisons. And, even if Will Smith is decent as Deadshot, everybody's going to ask, is he as good as the Deadshot that was on TV? Is he, is this character as good as the version that appeared in the TV show? And so, not only does it have to be good as a whole, but individual characters are going to start getting compared. And I don't know why they feel the need to do that.
yeah. I don't know.
because they suck.
Well, I don't know. We'll
Poop.
have to
Poop,
Yeah.
poop, poop, poop,
They
poop,
suck
poop.
on. They suck on poop.
All right. Well, that's about it for this episode of the Comic Book Nerd Nation. We'll be back next week and every other week. I'm Fox 2. We got Pirate,
Everyone have a great week.
Topher,
Fuck you, Time Warner Cable.
and
They
the whole
upgrade
effing
my
Brian.
connection, and now it fucking drops out all the goddamn time.
Nice. The whole effing Brian.
Peace up, A-Town down.